Hopefully everybody's doing well. Just gotta watch something over here. Just want to make sure this dude is over here. Him and a girl arguing, which I'm not getting in the middle of that. As long as you don't put her hands on her. You know, who knows what they're arguing about anyway. You know, it's really none of my business. Unless he puts his hands on her, then, I'm not letting that go. What's up, styling? So, there they go. What's up, y'all? New York Dad, what's going on? So, thank you, Sheena. Carol, what's up? Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. So, Decatur, what's up? Cape Cod, could I spend the day in your shop? Yeah, I don't see why not. You want to come through and hang out? By all means. Lori, good afternoon. Jerry, Lori, what's up? So what's going on, everybody? Spain. What's up, y'all? So it's empty out here, man. It's not empty. Let me not say that. It's they just moved everybody around. That's all they did. I'll take y'all so y'all can see. So y'all can see it's empty. All they did is just move the people around, that's all. You see? Fuck he going? Cop just ran up the steps hauling ass. I thought something else. I thought I was gonna end up having an issue with the police. What's up? Yeah, always film the police. I agree. Holds people accountable when they see a camera. So y'all see everybody's over there. Everybody's all up that block. There's really nobody around here though, Yeah, that's what I thought too, Carol. I was like, damn, what? I got tents. That's about all that I got. Well, thank you. Sun-kissed. Yeah, so they clean the sidewalk. They clean the sidewalks all up. Homeboy doing something. He got a pair of bolt cutters on him. Yeah. I wasn't even going to hop on live. But I figured a lot of people would like to see how it looked. Right? So I said, you know what? Let me hop on. People were asking me, how did I feel about this? I love it. I hope they kick everybody out of here, right? So that the people in this community can have their community back. So that the kids can walk to school. They don't have to walk past all this bullshit, right? I would love nothing more than that, right? They kick everybody out. I wish they would treat it first and foremost. And that's what I mean by kick everybody out. I wish they would treat it. Not move people. Lana, I don't know, to be honest with you. I think it depends what prison you're in. Yeah, Tim, I was, man. I was. So, y'all see it's empty. I'll take y'all for a ride. Listen, I see this as being a temporary thing. to be honest with you. Oh, I thought I got you appointed. I see this as being a temporary thing. Listen, I think 100% the people in this community, you know, they want their neighborhood. They deserve their neighborhood back, right? So I'll show y'all what we got going on here. What's up, Sonny? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Tell your moms I said what's up. How you doing? So they didn't, the thing is they didn't, yeah, it's a Band-Aid. That's all it is. They didn't, Marlita, what's up? They didn't clean anything up. They just told them they have to move. That's all. You know, they just told them they have to move from here. You know, that's all they did. But I think it's a step in the right direction. You know, it's better than just letting them do whatever they want. Yeah. So Rachel had an awesome Mother's Day. Yesterday was also her birthday. So she had a good day. Well, thank you, Sonny. Yeah, it's election year. Thank you, Cecilia. So, you know, here, I'll show you guys the streets. So y'all can see there's still, you know, there's still people out here. You know, they're not going to get rid of everybody, but it's not like it was before. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. You know, I got my whole truck is full of stuff to pass out anyway, because I wasn't going to come. I decided to come at the last minute, you know. So it looks better than before. You know, I'm happy that, you know, even if it's only for the summer, at least the kids get to walk the Ave for the summer and not be bothered, right? They don't have to walk over, you know, bodies and everything else, because believe me, it gets crazy out here. So Brenda, you know, the people, they're just around the block. I'll take you to where, you know, where the rest of the people are, because they're around. They just moved them off Allegheny. That's all they did. They just told them, yo, you can't be here on Allegheny. You know, wherever you go is on you. So up here is the park. You'll see the park is going to be busy. Absolutely, Sonny. Tell your mom I send my love. Hope she had a beautiful Mother's Day. Hit that like button when y'all come in the chat, please and thank you. We got almost 300 people in the chat, and we got 60 likes. Please hit that like button, please and thank you. In York, PA, that's not far from where I'm at. So, listen, one thing I always said is I hope to God that they clean this place up. Legalized it. What's up? Well, thank you. Listen, I always said that I hope this place gets cleaned up to the point where there's nobody to interview. I would love that. I would love it. I would love it. Instead of seeing needles, we see flowers. You know, that's my hope and my dream. That's what I wish. Thank you, Pumpkin Spice. Because It's a mess out here, man. I hate this. You know, and I know, and I hope all the people that, you know, have YouTube channels and profit off of just showing people and their you know, in their lowest moments and don't do anything to help. I hope they have to figure out something else. You know what I mean? And a lot of people might say, damn, well, isn't that you do the same thing? And that's why I changed sort of what I do so many times. I stopped just, you know, showing people, and you know, I've started doing different things because I don't want to be somebody who does that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be that person, man. And even though I come out and help people and do everything I can, I still don't want to be that type of person. So I was over here earlier and it was bad, man. There was, yeah, see, she's still laying there on the sidewalk, right? You know, so you'll see this lady, she appears to be an older lady. You'll see her, she's laying here on the sidewalk. You know, look at her. So they're still here. All the people are still here. You know, they're definitely still here. You know, those are all young girls. You know, I don't know how young, but they're not old. That's for sure. You know, it's sad. I sort of think I know that one girl with the pants on. So you see there's just needles and needles on the floor. You know, that's just packed with needles. So somebody said it. Exactly, Donna. Listen, that's why I sort of waited. I thought it was Natasha. I swear to God. Listen, I said, I think I know the girl in the pants. I thought it was Natasha. I thought it was her. And so Natasha lives where I live. And she's been doing good from what I see. So I was like, damn, I hope that's not Natasha. You know, thankfully it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was Natasha. Yeah, but, you know, the people are still out here. So Duffy, the one that had his arms messed up, I believe he's clean. I seen a message in my YouTube that said, yo, Frank, it's Duff. He said his first name. I don't really know people that know his first name. So, you know, I took that as it was him. And then somebody else told me they're in the methadone clinic with Duff, and he's doing better. You know, they said he's still doing meth, but, you know. Good afternoon, Tracy. Are you drinking a Natty Light, though? Natty Light. What's that, beer? Hell no. Nah, I don't drink no beer. No beer for me. I don't drink no alcohol. You couldn't pay me to drink alcohol. Shanoa, what's up? Shanoa, where are you from, Shanoa? Are you Native American by any chance, Shanoa? Eric Bruno, thank you, brother. You always come through with 5 on the 20 set. So thank you. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to drink. I don't drink no alcohol, Shanoa. Okay, somebody else then. You know, so I'll show you here. Arlene, what's up, Arlene? Mandy. Nah, it's not cleaned up. You know, they just told people to move Kensington. I mean, yeah, to move from Kensington. That's all they did. You know. Duff, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. You know, you see there's still people all down the alleys. There's still people all over. You know, there's still people all over. I just did an update with Kay. Thank you, guys. I just did an update with Kay, Jessica's husband. You know, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Karen, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope they find their way sooner than later, man, because this, you know, this shit here is not good for anybody, man. New York is 3 hours from here. 2.5, 3 hours. Thank you, Molly. Yo. Nah, I'm not the police. Got you. Ain't the police, brother. Yeah, you good? Yeah. They sent one of the addicts. The boys on the corner sent one of the addicts over. Like, yo, go find out if he's the police. Go knock on the door. See if he answers, you know. So I just start laughing. You know. Listen, I look at it like the addicts. I wish they wouldn't do what they do, but, you know, they got to learn on their own. They 100% got to learn on their own. They'll figure it out when they're in jail. Katie, it varies, man, Katie. I would say socks and underwear, probably, to be honest. You know, yeah, everybody they think because they see my car is tinted out black. You can't see anything. You can't see anything in my car, you know, so they think on the police. Listen, I've learned I don't trust what anybody could do. How about that? I don't trust what anybody could do. Police, addict, whoever. That shit don't matter. That shit don't matter. So I'll continue to show y'all what we got over here. It's you know, it's a mess. So anyway, listen, and sometimes we can't even trust our family. All right? Sometimes we can't even trust our family. If we're being honest, you know, look, You see these people laid out on the sidewalk? You see this? Look. You see them? Look, and then you see the young girl up there on the block. Family could 100% be the worst. I'm telling you, in my experience. This guy's looking to see if they have something so he could take. So, you see these guys. Look at his leg too, man. His leg is all ate up. This kid has been there for a while. I seen him there for a while, right? And then we'll go up here and yeah, man, it's bad out here. This is what is out here waiting for everybody. Anybody that's clean right now, this is what's out here waiting for you if you decide to slip up. I promise you that. You know, this is what's out here waiting for you. It's sad. Selena, thank you, Selena. Thank you very much. Please hit that like button, y'all. Please and thank you. We got, I heard Amber's back out here. Please hit that like button. We got 500 in the chat. We got 200 likes. Please hit that like button. That's what I say, man. I say, I know all too well what I stand. Look, he's going the wrong way up a one-way street. All right. I know all too well what I stand to lose. You couldn't pay me to come back out here. You just couldn't. There's nothing about addiction that I see as appealing anymore. You know, hold on, let me put my phone in this holder. So there's nothing about addiction that I see as appealing anymore. Nothing. You know, there's not even, I look at it like, you know, for me, I used to like to do opiates. There's not even opiates out here anymore. So, you know, how, sorry about that, y'all. So how, you know, yeah, I don't even know. There's nothing appealing about this. I'll say that. Nothing. My life is way too good right now. You know, I just spent a beautiful day with Rachel and the kids yesterday. For Mother's Day, we had an awesome time. I'll never go back. Man, listen. Yeah. I just can't do it. So watch, y'all all will see. Antoine's doing good. I was just messaging him the other day. Antoine's doing very good. So you see how empty these streets are, right? Watch, we'll turn up one of the blocks and then you'll see where it's packed at. Because you figure all they did, thank you, Amazing Spider-Man, all they did was tell people to go. They just said, yo, you got to move. They didn't give people rehab. They didn't send people to detoxes. They didn't send people to the hospitals. They just said, yo, you got to move. Where? You know, we don't care. You just got to move. So, matter of fact, look, up here you can see across the street that's packed with people. You see over there? Yep, exactly. Good evening, Becky. Exactly, Selena. So that, that made them somebody else's problem. There was people that didn't have to deal with this before. Now they're their problem. You see, they're all over there packed. You're right. I think if you're dealing with addiction now, your chances of getting clean are so slim. Because of the drugs aren't even real no more. They don't even know how to deal with this. So they said on the news that 30 people went to treatment, right? Yeah, I'd have to see that to believe it. But also is 30 people out of, 1,000 people, 1,500 people, right? And then that's just they signed up for rehab. Because a lot of times you'll sign up. I agree with you, Teresa. A lot of times they'll sign up and they'll say, yo, I want to go to rehab. And then they'll be on that waiting list and they won't have a bed for them. And they'll tell them they'll tell them after they sat in that treatment spot for 3 or 4 hours, they'll end up telling them, yo, we don't have no beds. After they waited there for 11 or 12 hours. After they waited there for 11 or 12 hours, they'll end up telling them, yo, sorry, we don't have no beds. I agree with that, Amstel. We can't succeed in active addiction. That's 100% the truth. So you got to make some type of decision, right? So I'll show you. So you see, there's people all over there. All up this block, there's people. A lot of people at that, You see? You see, there's people. Yeah, they just moved them. All these people weren't here last week. I was just here on Tuesday. These people weren't here. I was just here. I'm taking this trip up G Street for y'all. This area is this area is crazy out here. I'll tell you that. Yes, sir, CJ. CJFD, yeah. This place is wild up here. No problem. Nancy. So, why Kensington? So, Nancy, Kensington has always been known for high drug activity. It's always been known that. It's a very tight-knit community. It's very densely populated. It's very poor. So it meets, there's certain criteria that places sort of have to meet. So Kensington is in the process of being gentrified right now. That's why this is all happening. So there's a couple of, factors that a place has to meet to be gentrified. I'll be out here in Kensington, as long as there's work to be done, I guess. What's up, Sean? I do this because, I have a lot of ties to this community. I have a lot of history here in this community. So please hit that like button, y'all. We got over 600 people in the chat and we got 290 likes. Please hit that like button. That's how we get more people in the chat. Please and thank you. So yeah, I'm gonna absolutely. There's a lot of meth in Kensington. I would say meth is probably like number 2, maybe number 3. My background, no, I'm not Albanian. I'm Puerto Rican. Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. Albanian, I never heard that one. I heard black. People told me I was black before. Yeah, I never heard Albanian, though. I'll take it. Philly, what's up? Yo, if there's anybody in this chat that is in the Philly area that would like to do an interview, hit me up. You don't have to be in addiction. If you're in recovery, if you got a crazy story or something like that, hit me up, man. Yeah, hit me up. I just interviewed a brother who did 50 years in prison last week. I'm gonna be putting that interview out probably this week. Absolutely, Leopard. Absolutely. Nah, Arlene, I don't believe so. So this is Sean, send me a message on Facebook. I'll holler at you. Send me a message on Facebook, Sean. So this isn't going to do anything. This isn't going to do anything. This is just a Band-Aid, Honda Mommy, what's up? Yeah, send me a message, Sean. I'd definitely like to come down there. I'll hang out. I don't talk to Natasha, but I see her posts on social media. We live, 20 minutes from each other, so I see her posts on a regular. Look at these kids. Look, I love that the kids. Come on. I love that the kids can walk through here and don't have to walk over bodies. Even though as I say that, there's somebody right there, but it's better than what it was, just a week ago. So, Kip Park. Kip Park. Where's it at? Kip and what? To be gentrified? Bird's Nest. So I'll try to give you a quick. So gentrification is a process where you let the community sort of cannibalize itself. People come in and they buy up all the property because nobody wants to live here because of crime and drugs. And then they move everybody out. And then they start fixing up the property. And then the property value goes from being bought at absolutely nothing to being worth something. It's all about money, It's happening a lot of places. A lot of places. I actually damn. I actually have a video explaining gentrification. Absolutely. Man, listen, I try to get to all the comments that I can. I can't get to all of them, but I try to. Something going on back there. Michael, what's up? So there's another brother that I'm going to be interviewing tonight, hopefully, that he did 40 years. Exactly, Volsey. Exactly. You know, it happened where I grew up at in New York, Williamsburg area. So you see the police presence, right? And then you see how, your boy Jack, I've seen people shot, I've seen people stabbed, I've seen cops have shootouts, I've seen all types of shit down here. James Hart. Exactly, Zoe, exactly. Happened in the 80s. What's up, Leslie? Yeah. So remember, there was hundreds of people here. Hundreds of people here. They just moved them around. That's all. You know, they just literally just moved them around. That's all. So I've seen them come around and just tell people, yo, you got to move. You got to move. You got to move. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. So anybody that is in Philly that would like to do an interview, hit me on Instagram at KingFrank_. Send me a message, send me a DM, tell me a quick little bit about your story, and maybe we can hook something up. I'm gonna be here overnight till tomorrow. So send me a message and let me know, yo, I would like to do an interview. Give me a short part of your story. Let me know what you got going on, and maybe we could link up, do an interview either tonight or tomorrow early. I'll be here till tomorrow. Yes, please hit that like button, y'all. We got 600 in the chat and we got 300 likes. Please and thank you. All right, so it's Needle Park over here, as y'all know. It's empty right now, but it was just packed a little while ago. Thank you, Debbie. It was just packed a little while ago. So I got an interview coming up. Well, I did it already. I'm going to put it out. The guy, he did 50 years in prison. And man, listen, when I tell you his story's crazy, it's crazy. He did time with, you know, the leaders of the Aryan Brotherhood. He was a leader of the DC Blacks. If anybody knows, you know, federal prison and those type of stories, they're crazy. Mighty Bull, what's up? They're crazy. And I'm probably going to be doing another video tonight with a dude who did 38 years in jail. Yeah. So I'll show you up here. Selena, send me a message on Instagram, Selena. Send me a message. My email is facesofkensington@yahoo.com. facesofkensington@yahoo.com. No, I don't only do Kensington. I'll go all over Philly. The dude I just interviewed that did 50 years in prison, I went out to DC to interview him. Exactly, Eon. Michael, Eon. Yep, exactly. So see, this is what I like. You see these kids in the park playing? Look. You see the kids in the park playing basketball? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. You know, I'll show you real quick. Damn, but that's what we should see. You see all the kids playing in the park. You see that? That's what we should see. That's beautiful. They playing basketball. They having fun. That is exactly what we should see, right? It's a nice day outside. They out there playing ball. Look. They out there playing ball. Got the kids over here playing. This is the way it should be, right? This is the way it should be. So let me. Exactly. So let me fill y'all in on something else too. So 2 weeks ago, I'm in the barber shop. I'm just gonna give y'all a quick short version of it. I'll be doing a video about it. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I'm cutting hair. I hear some commotion. Next thing I know, this is in the barber shop. I took Mercy to work with me for the day. So she's riding her bike and her scooter out front. Somebody gets shot. Right? I don't know how Barn is, to be honest with you. Hopefully doing good. I don't know though. So, you know, somebody ends up getting shot right in front of the shop. He's begging me to save his life. All right? Begging me to save his life. Young guy, 20 years old maybe. So, y'all know me. I throw him in the car. Take him straight to the hospital. And later that night, Anita, what's up? Later that night, word in the street is Frank shot somebody. That's word on the street. Frank shot somebody, right? We seen Frank's car speeding away from the crime scene. Tina, what's up? My Instagram is @KingFrank_. @KingFrank_. It's probably on my videos. So word on the street is that I shot somebody, right? And that I'm speeding away from the scene. And they're right. And they're right. That's the crazy part, right? We can't believe half of what you see. My car was speeding away from the scene. But not because I shot somebody. Because I took the brother to the hospital, right? Because I tried to save his life. Because I got, you know, my finger jammed in his bullet hole, trying to stop it from bleeding. So I say that just to say, you know, we can't believe none of what we hear and half of what we see. You know what I mean? Because if I would have seen it, I would have probably said, damn, Frank's car was speeding away. It was. I was driving on the wrong side of the road. You know, I was speeding. Because I didn't want him to die. So that's the type of stuff that happens, man. It's unfortunate, but you know, that's just the way it goes. You know, that's just the way it goes. So, yeah, he made it. He lived, you know. I took him to the hospital. The hospital didn't even know what to do. I had to carry him in the hospital. They didn't know what to do. The police didn't know what to do. It was a mess. It was a mess. This happened, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. I got it all on video because the second that I put him in my car, he was shot in the stomach, he was shot in the hip, and he was shot in the leg. So the second that I threw him in my car, I hit record on my phone because you wasn't gonna die in my car. My Instagram is @KingFrank @KingFrank_, all one word, @KingFrank_. It's probably in the description of some of the videos. You can find it on the channel. So I hit record, so I had everything on video because you wasn't gonna die in my car, you know, and then them say, yo, you know, no, hell no. Maybe his family would have had questions, you know what I'm saying? So I hit record, and I got everything recorded from the time that I threw him in the car to the time that I took him into the hospital, because you wasn't gonna die. You know, that his family would have had a lot of questions, right? My family would have, or if that would have been one of my kids, I would have had a lot of questions. So I hit record. You know, dealers are definitely still giving out samples. They just were. You know, where I just passed, there was a whole crowd of people. So, yeah. So, you know, you see it. It's just a mess out here. It's just unfortunate. It's just a mess. It's a big old mess. It's gonna be a very, 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 very bad summer. I think with the drugs, but also with the violence, because now they pushed all these people up the block and don't realize that they're pushing them into somebody else's, you know, onto somebody else's blocks. Yeah, it's cleaner. It is. It's definitely cleaner. With Shay, yeah, it's going to be a cruel, cruel summer. I agree. Myrtle on the J train, right? That's what I said. This looks like Graham and Grant's. Well, not Graham, but Grand or Broadway? Broadway, matter of fact. So you see all the people here. You know, there's people all over here. Oh, shit. There's Amber right there. There's Amber right there. Damn, there's Amber. I'm gonna go talk to her. Amber could be a model. Amber's a very pretty girl. Hey, Amber. Amber. Come here. Frank. What's going on?
Hey, can you do an interview with me? I need the money so bad.
What are you doing back out here, Amber?
I'm not shooting dope no more. I say that.
Oh, man.
Please.
Let me go around the block. Well, who's that right there, bud?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go around the block so I can park up in
Right
the alley. Yeah, tell Bud to go over there.
Okay, I will right now.
All right. Hey, Bud, go over there to the parking lot. I'm gonna spin the block. Damn, man.
Spin the block.
That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate, man. Listen, I had heard, yeah. Listen, I have over a dozen videos that I did with Amber, and I never put them out. Never a single one. Each and every one that I did, I sort of did it like to help her. You know what I mean? I'd buy her something to eat. I'd give her some clothes. I'd give her a couple dollars, you know. Look at it. And then look at this over here. No. I believe that's her normal hair color. This person don't look too good over here. Hold up. Look at this shit. Yo. Yo. All right, you good? You see that? Shit is a mess, man. See, and then there's the shit that I hate, right? You get these people that they come down here and record, right? They don't do a single thing for the people in the community, right? They don't even bring food down here, nothing. Her pants were unzipped. I noticed that too. You know, I know sometimes girls do that though, so it's a little more comfortable. I get it, but I already got my wings. I got my wings. See, so there's dude here. Man, I'm going. So, yeah. No, she ain't getting in my car. Yeah, no. Listen, I don't let anybody in my car. You ain't getting in my car. That just don't look right. Right? That just don't look right. What do I look like having a female that is known to be, that is a known prostitute, hopping in and out of my car? Nah, won't be me. You got the wrong one. You know who I'm talking about, but that's not me. You know. Yeah, she always looks pregnant. She has something wrong with her stomach. There's something wrong with her stomach. You know, she has yeah. Listen, I'm very, 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 very cautious of the way of the way that I do things, right? I'm very cautious. Very cautious. Yeah, exactly, Shanoa. Yeah, that's not me. You know, so I'm very cautious of the way I move. You know. Amber is using Frank, which is weird. She can't be using me. Wait, I don't know if I understood that right, but you know, she can't be using. I don't. You know, there's nothing to use me for. I don't provide her with anything. You know, but some conversation. You know, I'll give her the same thing I give everybody else. You know, some socks, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't give people stuff. You know, I don't just do that. I don't know how Shake is, to be honest with you. I don't know how. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought so too, Eric. But what's up, man? Huh? All right. What you been up to? I heard you was in the hospital. What happened?
Oh, I got you right on the corner of this.
Yeah, go ahead. What happened?
So, January 6th, right?
Uh-huh.
Was the day I went into the hospital. I was dope sick. I didn't have no dope. I was at my house.
Uh-huh.
In Clearfield. Only thing I remember is throwing up. My friend told me that he called the hospital because I didn't seem right. Like there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
He said. The only thing I remember is waking up in the hospital with tubes down my throat. I don't remember the ambulance ride or anything.
How long after you went to the hospital did you wake up? A while or?
February to like the middle of January to the middle of February.
So damn, like a month and change.
Yep, and when I woke up, I had tubes down my throat. They said I tried to rip the tubes out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a natural reaction because you feel like you can't breathe.
And then I had surgery during the end of February to put my trach in
Uh-huh.
so I can learn to breathe on my own.
Yeah.
Then I got surgery to take the trach out after I could breathe on my own. Had a feeding tube so they could feed me while I was in the coma.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't allowed to eat when I woke up either.
How long have you been back out here?
I got out of rehab. What was it? Friday I got out of rehab.
So a week you've been here?
No, I just got out.
Not even a Friday?
2 days. 3 days.
So 3 days. Damn, Amber.
Yeah.
How long were you in rehab?
I was at Valley Forge for a week and then at Eagleville for a week.
So just a couple weeks.
Yeah, one because my insurance too.
They cut you out because of the fucking insurance. That's crazy.
Valley Forge did.
Yeah, that's great. I know a lot of people, they do that too.
Yeah, because my insurance wouldn't cover the high medical care, and
Yep.
it wouldn't accept that. Not for a long time.
So what are you using now?
What am I using now?
Yeah.
Well, crack still.
Uh-huh.
And I don't use dope, but I sometimes smoke it. I definitely don't use the needle.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you spin the block?
Huh?
Why didn't you spin the block?
What you mean why I ain't spin the block?
I mean, you spun it, but you ain't stopped where I was at.
I didn't know where you was at.
Yeah, I need you.
So I've been smoking, not using the needle, but I've been smoking it since Friday. And I feel like my body's not able to handle it now anymore because
Yeah.
what happened when I was in the hospital, I feel like that's happening again slowly.
Damn, Amber.
Like,
I wanna matter of fact, I'm gonna end this live so I can do a video with her. I'm gonna do an update with her and then I'll hop back on when I'm done. Damn, Amber. All right. I'll hop back on here probably about half an hour. I'm gonna do an interview with her and Bud, and then I'll hop back on. All right. Hit that like button on the way out. Appreciate y'all. I agree, Bonita.